Hey YouTube! Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about two of my favorite things that I have gotten this year, and that is going to be my Dyson hairdryer, my Dyson Airwrap. And I just sort of wanted to talk about some of the things that I really like about these, how I use them, and which one I really recommend for Christmas. Now, first up with the Dyson hairdryer, there are two attachments that I use with this. The first one, and these just click on with magnets, is this little round one. I feel like that's really good. It's not a diffuser per se, but it gets me the best output of flow, I feel like, to dry my hair really quickly. And that's really nice if I'm going to be using the Airwrap, because I don't have to have my hair totally dry for that. But if I'm going to be straightening my hair, I typically like to use this because it gives me a lot of control, and I use my round brush with it to get a lot of volume before I go about straightening my hair. As far as the hair products that I put in my hair, Kenra Blow Dry Spray, Lonza Zero Weight Volumizing Gel, and then Lonza Healing Keratin. And it's really quick and easy to dry your hair with Dyson. They have a whole lot of different fan and heat settings. I just have mine on the strongest because even at the strongest, my hair never ends up hot, which is the real thing that I think is so good about the Dyson products, is that your hair never feels hot, so your hair is not getting damaged. And so it leads to a lot better and healthier looking hair. And so with that, my hair is dry enough to use the Airwrap. Now, one of the things that I really like about the Airwrap is that it has a lot of different attachments, but there are basically two that I use. The first one is this round brush, and I use this a lot of times to dry my hair if I've got a little bit more time, because it does give some really awesome volume to your hair, and it also helps to blow it out, and it makes using the Airwrap a lot easier. Today I wanted to be quick. I also wanted to show the hairdryer, so I use the hairdryer. But this is really, really great for drying your hair. And then the Airwrap comes with two barrels. I use the smaller of the two and I really like it. The bigger one just doesn't really hold in my hair. I think it works a lot better for people with longer hair. And while my hair is not short, it's definitely not as long as it used to be. So I definitely prefer using this barrel. But to change barrels, there's just a little mechanism on the back. You pull it down, pops off. And then you can switch it and you just turn it until it locks into place. And that's all that you do. So I'm just going to use this really quick. And my hair is now just a good little bit fluffier, and the hair is going to be a whole lot easier to use in the Airwrap now. Now, I'm definitely not very skilled at all with hair, and so for me, using the Airwrap, it's a whole lot easier if I just clip my hair up while I do the different layers in my hair. And I typically like to flip back and forth side to side because that allows the hair to kind of cool just a little bit, even though it's not hot. It just sort of, I feel like, allows it to set a little bit more as opposed to putting very fresh hair right on top of it, and I feel like that helps the volume to last a lot better in my curls. Now, the other thing to note about the barrel is that on it you change the direction. So you've got these arrows here, and depending on which way you want your hair to go, I like to curl my hair away from my face. And so if I am looking at the arrows, I choose the opposite arrow to the side of the face that I'm going to be curling. So like, technically it's the left arrow when I'm curling the left side of my hair, but when I'm looking at it, it looks like the right arrow. So all you have to do is just take a section of your hair, and you can use bigger or smaller sections. It does work better if your hair is a little bit damp, and so I don't want my hair to be bone dry when I'm using this like I would with a typical curling iron, because you get that smoky smell. So I like to have it just a little bit damp. The Airwrap works by truly like setting your hair, and so it dries it while it sets it, which is why you don't want it to be totally dry when you're doing this. And you can totally use it on dry hair. I'll definitely use it second day. But the big thing is that when you use it the first day, it stays. Like when I got up this morning to shower, I had curled my hair 2 days ago. There was still curl in my hair. So what you do, you just grab a section of hair and then you'll turn on the air wrap. I like to run my air wrap all the way down my hair and then sort of just direct the curl in the end. But once I do that, the air wrap actually does the rest of the work, and I literally just move the air wrap up to get the rest of the hair wrapped around the barrel. And that's it, and the hair is curled. So I'm going to do the rest of my hair really quick and then talk to you about the pros that I think of this, the cons of it, and then which Dyson product I think is going to be worth it. And then when you go to the other side, you've just got to remember to flip the arrow to the other direction. I typically take about 10 to 20 seconds per curl, depending on just how wet my hair is. If I've let my hair sort of air dry throughout the day, it might take 20 seconds. If I dried it like I did, I might spend like 10 to 13 seconds. So sometimes I do grab too much hair when I'm trying to do a curl, so just had to redo this strand. And so that is it for the Dyson Airwrap. Now, I will say that this is not going to hold perfectly like this unless I put hairspray in all day. But the thing that I like it is that as the curl naturally throughout the day falls, it still looks very natural and beautiful and still has really good volume. Whereas like with a traditional curling iron, at least for me, because I'm not really that skilled, I a lot of times will have like a line where the clip is, or as it falls, it'll fall and like part of it'll fall and then part of it'll still be like that really structured harsh curl, and I really don't like that look. I've also found that I don't like the harsher look that the curls have from a curling iron as much as this, because this just seems like more natural and airy and it moves better in my opinion on my hair. And so I just really like this. It's not going to hold perfectly like this all day unless you hairspray it, but I'm okay with that. And that's something I used to not be okay with. I used to want it to look the exact same all the time. But honestly, using this, I've gotten much more okay with that more natural look that you get from the curls. I also think that it is important to note you have a whole lot better hair health using these products because your hair is not getting as hot, it's not getting snagged in a curler clip, and it's not literally being fried, it's just being warmed into shape. And I think that that is really, really important, and I really can't stress that enough. That being said, cons. Both this and this are very expensive products. Both this and this come with a lot of attachments that you probably won't end up using. And so that's a little bit frustrating. Oh, also, this is the long barrel one. They do make a short barrel version. Pretty sure they're the exact same price. But the nice thing about getting so many attachments is that it allows you to try out different things and figure out what works best for your hair, as opposed to having to buy a whole bunch of different attachments to figure out which one it is that you like. Again, though, you do end up with attachments that you aren't going to use. Like I said, I use 2 attachments for this. I use 2 attachments for this. I am actually asking for the even thinner barrel in this for Christmas, as well as the traveling pouch, because these come in a very, very large case. You don't want to take that huge, large case traveling with you. But at the same time, I do worry about just leaving these things loose in my suitcase. Like, for instance, I couldn't find this round attachment for like 2 weeks, and turns out it was just laying loose in my suitcase. That I had put away because I thought that I'd emptied everything. So that's why I'm definitely ordering the attachment holder, which holds your air wrap and 3 attachments. They may also do one for the hair dryer. Honestly, I'm just going to bring 1 attachment for this when I travel from now on, and then just leave it attached. But if you're going to ask for one for Christmas, I really think ask for this one. Like I said, with the round brush, you can totally just go ahead and blow dry your hair with that. So you really don't need both this and the hair dryer. So I really recommend getting this for Christmas. There will be Black Friday sales. A lot of times it's things like bonus tools that they'll put in it, or maybe a small amount off. But that's still something, and it's better than nothing. And this is honestly a really fantastic Christmas gift. My next video is actually going to be a Christmas gift guide. I forgot to mention this in there, so I will probably have a picture that pops up at some point in the video saying, hey, this is also a really, really great gift. But I think that the Dyson hair wrap is 100% worth it. I do think that the Dyson hair dryer is worth it, but if you're going to get one of the 2, get this one, because you don't necessarily need the hair dryer unless you're someone who likes to blow dry your hair without always curling your hair. Now, there is also the Dyson Corral, which I don't have. I just prefer my regular straightener because I don't really straighten my hair that often. So that is also another option if you are looking at doing a hair straightener. I hope you have a great rest of your day, YouTube. Hope that you found this video helpful if you are considering the Dyson Airwrap or the Dyson hair dryer, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!